Okay, folks, we're back. This guy and the other guy. Hello!
Hello!
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, you were warned. We're going to talk World War II again. Monday night World War II show. So, if you're here for
Girl Scout cookies. That's
anything,
the other network.
to see your feet, you came to the wrong place.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. So, I know last time we went all over the place. We were talking about all kinds of stuff. The Ulf Woman Slayer.
Oof. Wow.
That's his phone account.
Well, now I don't feel so bad. I was going to make comments about women in the last video, but now that guy...
No, he's not going to make comments about him. He slayed them all. Done slayed.
Gone. Done.
What is it, the thing that they call now? Because I'm old and I'm not in the know of all that stuff. You're...
hang around a bunch of
no,
young
what is
guys
it
at
when...
work?
what is it we call the list of how many people you've laid? What is it? Your kill sheet? Your kill something. I don't know. I don't remember that shit anymore.
Good luck for them. They'll... All fun and games till you come back with something. Yeah, something else.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. I'm from the 80s.
Well, you
Anyhow,
did have. I missed it. I didn't see you with those
we,
big books.
We brought some books. Yeah, some hey, books.
Books.
That's okay. They have pictures. You'll be all right.
That's what I need.
Okay, and we're gonna delve into. Let's see. This is probably a little bit better.
We can scoot down in the chair.
Oh, we got the big thing here. People are going to think it's not a microphone.
Oh, it's not golden either.
If only. No, it's not golden. No.
Oh, man.
So we're going to talk about plane stuff, because you don't know shit about planes.
They fly.
You don't know shit about planes, do you?
Did you know there's more planes than there are ships in the bottom of the ocean?
Is there?
That's what they say.
It's probably true.
Think about all the wars, all the aircraft now. Woo.
There's probably more ships at the bottom of the Indian Ocean than there are planes, though.
Because a lot went down there, huh? Well, there was
there's no planes.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah,
there's no planes out in the Indian Ocean.
Probably no bad.
Not very many.
Yeah.
Now in the Pacific, shitload of planes.
Boy.
Shitload of planes.
Yeah.
There's probably a shitload of planes in the Atlantic, Mediterranean. You know?
Yeah.
Actually, the Mediterranean is probably so many old boats from the Romans and stuff. The ships probably outnumber the planes.
Yeah, they probably got them there.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about some aircraft, and if we realize you don't know anything, I got another book we can talk about. Cool. This is one that I've got. I've got all kinds of World War II shit, and this is one of these compendium ones that has the real generic shit on it, but it's actually pretty decent because, other than we got crooked spiders. No, there's full color artwork. Obviously, probably in the wrong color because this probably came out like 1982.
You don't even like black and white books, do you?
I don't like black and white books. No,
Everything's got to be color. Folks,
everything's got to be color. Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to watch freaking black and white stuff, So, anyhow, are you doing armored trains of World War II on the next video to complete the set? No, but we can do the railway guns. I have the Osprey book on not the Osprey book, the Squadron Signal book on railway guns.
And I got real pictures.
German railway. I think the name of it is called German Railway Guns and Other Type of Penis Envy. It's something like that,
What was the Angione? I got a real picture of Angione.
I think it's tiny.
Yeah, compared to most railroad guns.
Yeah, it's an 8-inch. It's an 8-inch or an 11-inch. It's one of those two.
I got a picture of it.
Yeah, it's an 8 or an 11.
Not a book picture.
What's the name of that one that they had in World War One?
Oh man.
The one that bombarded Paris had a silly ass name, but remember it has like this articulation on the outside of it because the barrel was so long or something.
It's not Gustav or whatever, right?
No.
No.
That's the World War II one.
That was in East Front, right?
That's correct.
Oh man.
That is some silly ass.
So many big guns.
Yeah, but anyways, it had like a cage thing on the outside because I guess it got hot and they didn't want it drooping.
Oh man.
I don't know, something like that.
Keep it up.
That one fired really, really far away, but it was like an 11-inch gun or something like that. It wasn't, but it wasn't a 30.5-inch gun.
But we're in airplanes tonight.
We're doing airplanes. So I got two books. I've had these a long time. Shame on me for not being able to take the price tag all the way out. But Fighters of World War II in full color. Just to kind of give you a glimpse. Woo! There's a plane Mitch doesn't know shit about.
Nope.
I don't either.
That's Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Got that
And then
right.
this is all classic military air. Look, I turned to a page. There's a crooked spider.
Oh,
man, this thing's
You're
full.
gonna
Of them.
get banned yet.
This thing's full of crooked spiders. You know. So this is all full color, including some aircraft you've never even heard of.
Oh no, I guess.
So let's go into the fires of World War II, because this is a World War II show, you know, because that's what I'm doing now. Have you ever built? I know you don't paint miniatures. Have you ever built
a plastic model.
a plastic
yes.
model?
Yes.
Ever
Would have
of
been
anything?
Would have been a P-38.
That's the only plane you built.
Yeah.
You only built one. Why a P-38?
I don't know. I was like, man, I was like 7 or 8. The snap, you know.
Yeah, snap fit.
Yeah.
And what color? What color did you paint it? Whatever color it came in.
Yeah, whatever color it came. I think it was
Probably
green.
all a drab.
It was all green. It was green, and then you just put the stickers on. Yeah. Wow. Whoa, that's a flashback.
Yeah,
You never like 7 or 8,
and it was such a good, and you did such a good job. You're like dying and never do it again.
Oh man. Well, then did a few ships.
What ships did you do?
The Lexington.
Okay, Lady Lex.
Yeah.
The World War II Lexington.
Yeah.
With the 8-inch guns.
Well, just you know, as a kid.
Well,
back
it makes
then.
a difference.
I was probably like 9 or 10 when I did the ship.
Well, okay, it's not that long ago, was
and
it?
then when you get about like 12 or 13, it kind of wears off its thing, and then you take it out to a pond, and then you like shoot at it.
Well, how do you keep it from sinking?
Oh yeah, it sinks.
Well, how do you keep it from, you know?
You know,
You're one of those Americans that likes to destroy stuff with BB guns.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, I'm not destroying any of my shit that I spend that kind of work
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. Well, that was just
Never
plain
built
gray.
any tanks?
Nope. No tanks.
Really? But yet you like tanks.
I know, right?
And you don't know much about planes.
Yeah, I didn't know not much about planes. Didn't really care for the Navy, but you know.
Never really cared for the Navy. The Paris gun, or the
There you
Kaiser
go.
Wilhelm gun. There he is.
Aha.
John Peter. There he is. We're talking about your people. Yeah, I want to say it had a name to it. But it fired really, really far away. It was like an 11-inch gun or something like that, right? And it went like really, really far.
Well, 20 some miles, right?
I think it was more than that. It was something stupid. It was something
pretty
stupid
good.
far, you know.
It's pretty good.
But it was like an 11-inch gun. It wasn't like the biggest thing ever. I mean, it was
No,
a big
yeah.
gun for back then, but
Yeah.
you know, people having a cafe, you know, smoking a bunch of cigarettes or whatever, and here comes an 11-inch round.
Oh, Sacre Bleu! Time to drink and run.
Anyhow, the first model airplane I ever built was a snap tight kit, and it was a P-40 because I liked the Tiger Shark mouth. I just liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And an interesting tidbit, I never remember where the hell I find these things, but the inspiration for the Tiger Shark mouth was actually from the Germans.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought they were the first ones to come up with it. You know, because you know they were in China, right?
Yeah.
And when things fight in China, if you look at like ancient stuff, they get real spooked out by like scary faces. I guess they're not worried about, you know, swords and stuff. But if you show up with a shield with like a Unga Bunga face on it, you know, they like freak out.
Gets
you
them
know?
every time.
It does, because that's, you know, the Ming Dynasty had like these white shields, and they had this shitty ass face painted, that, you know, like a kid could do with a crayon, and they were like freaked out by that stuff, you know. So I guess they freaked the people out in China with the Tiger Shark mouth.
Put the fear on it.
But I read somewhere that they got it from the 110.
Oh.
The ME-110 were the ones that had the mouth. And there were some Stukas that had that kind of stuff too. Pretty much looked cool on every plane, I think.
Yeah.
You like the BV-141? How do you... Okay, here we go. We talked about that. How do you say that word right there? R-E-C-C-E. How do you say that word
Recon.
as an American?
Oh, Reese.
No.
Oh, Reese.
How do you say
Reese?
it? Reese. See? Nobody here calls it recce.
Yeah.
I just call it recon. I use
Yeah.
recon every day.
I just-
Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance.
Yep.
Yeah, the Brits call it recce.
Oh.
It's the Gaelic, you know, they got the hard C type thing. You built a B-52 bomber once with your cousin. It was huge, but then again, I was 13 or 14 years old. Okay, so it's, you know, instead of it being this big, it's like this big because you're little. You're littler.
Yeah. Do you ever see the remote control deal where they had? It took like 3 or 4 guys to run one of those. It was a B-52, I'm pretty sure.
I can think of some people that I wouldn't want as my teammates.
Yeah.
You know, you're like,
Get the
okay, take it
landing
easy. You know, bam. You know. Well, there goes 2 years of working on that with balsa wood everywhere.
Yeah, you would not want. I don't think it was made out of balsa wood, but I'm sure it was expensive. They had a video. There's some kind of remote control World War II deal where they had ships, planes, tanks. They had it all going on, and they were videoing it. That's how I remember seeing that big plane.
You're not talking about like where they did almost like a movie.
No, it was just
that was done with, because I had one. I had a copy on VHS. They sold it at the hobby store, and it was like a whole movie in the Pacific with Shermans and planes, and it was, you know, and you could tell they were fake because, you know, a remote control plane is a lot faster than a real one is to scale it. So it looks like it's, you know, it's doing all kinds of jerky stuff that a real plane wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
You know. So I built a P-40, and I built lots of MPC kits. They're old Airfix kits, but Airfix didn't come to at least it didn't come to Florida in the early 80s. So everything was rebranded as MPC.
But they were half track. I built a half track.
Not
the AA one.
Not a tank.
I know.
What is it? What's the AA one? What is it?
Oh, I don't know what they call it. It's
M16.
16.
Yes.
Quad
50s.
You had the quad 50s. Because I thought that was cool. It had quad 50s and it rotated. Yeah.
So it sounds like you built a bunch of American stuff.
Yeah.
So when did he turn into a wearaboo?
Yeah, I didn't have any of the Axis stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all American stuff. Yep.
Well, I built a Stuka and a Spitfire and what else did I have? I think I had a Focke-Wulf. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. A B-26, a B-17. You know, it's all B-25. It's just, it was built like crap, you know.
I said, uncles, my uncle, one of them was the crew chief for the transport plane, the
C-47s?
C-47, and another one was a bombardier and a B-24. Yeah, like in the Mediterranean.
You were going to say Dakota. I don't know if that's the case, but all of the American vehicles were named by the Brits. The Americans just like, oh, it's an M4, it's an M4A1. And the Brits like, oh, we can't have that. We got to name things, you know, because all the British stuff's named. You know, so they're the ones that came up with all the names. They could have come up with some really silly names too. So they actually did okay, you know.
And my dad.
So I don't know if the planes are the same way as well.
Do you know those? I think they would glue them, but the wood, and then you'd wrap them with like almost like toilet paper, like. And
you use dope.
Yeah,
that's what it was called. It was called dope.
My dad.
Back when nobody was smoking that stuff.
A bunch of those planes as a kid, and I only seen them one time, so I don't know what
they still make them. I can't think of the name of the.
Yeah, but
I want to say it's a company called Gillows.
When he passed away, he was 92, and that was 2-3 years ago. So he did that when he was like under, you know, around 10 or whatever.
Well, balsa wood's very hard to work with because it's very porous.
Yeah, but it was cool. I mean, I seen him one time. I know he had a Spitfire. I know that one.
Who built those old ships you have?
Yeah, he did those.
He did those too?
Yeah.
Pull one of those out. Those are cool, man.
Yeah.
That looks like almost like a naval recognition models for like, you know, Admiral Dewey with the Great White Fleet or something like that.
I don't remember where they're at.
They're up there somewhere.
I did have them here, but I don't know if I moved them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I moved them.
But they're made out of like cardboard.
No, they're actually wood.
Are they?
Yeah. Man, I'll have to look those up. I don't know. They might be over there. I think they were over here. Maybe I moved them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But I haven't built a plane in a long ass time, and I hope to change that in the next year or so. I've never built anything Japanese. Never. I've never built. Well, I was almost finished with a little Ha-Go tank, but I've never built a Japanese plane. Or I had a bunch of Japanese ships in 1/2400 scale, but you stop looking for them.
I'll try and find them when we
need to put it up there.
Shit. I know,
you know somewhere kind of cool. They're pretty neat. Used to be there all the time.
Yeah.
But anyways, fighters of World War II.
Yes.
Oh, so have you seen Masters of the Air?
No.
No?
No.
So I watched a smidge of it, and I wasn't impressed.
Okay.
It was like Band of Brothers is here.
Yeah. Oh, well, compare it to Memphis Belle. Have you seen that, right?
I saw it one time in the movie theater, way back when.
What's it compared to like that?
Well, I didn't see it a long time ago. Well, Memphis Belle's like almost all action. The parts that I saw of Master of the Air wasn't action.
Oh.
No, I'm sure there's action in it.
Love
I just didn't
scenes.
catch part of it.
You were watching it for the love scenes, weren't you?
I'm watching it, and they're like having this competition in the freaking in the hall there of these guys riding bikes around in a circle, and they're like competing, whatever. It's just that's not what I go see a war movie for.
Yeah.
I want to see toys blowing things up.
Yeah.
You know, in action, toys in action. You
Yeah.
know. So, fighters of World War II.
What's your favorite fighter?
I don't know that I have one.
Again.
I don't.
So mellow. He won't pick sides.
I don't have one. I think that I probably have a favorite plane per nation.
Uh-huh.
You know, Russian. What's your favorite Russian plane?
I don't have one.
Because
I don't
you don't know one.
Well, I know they got yaks and all that kind of stuff.
Yaks.
But, yeah. Yak.
Baby, don't talk back.
Yeah.
They got yaks and MiGs.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And Lavochkins.
See, that's new to me.
Okay.
I don't know about those. Never heard
and
that.
Tupolevs. Well, they're not fighters, but the Aleutians. IL Sturmovik is an Aleutian.
That was late war, wasn't it?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, that's the ground attack one.
Okay. Is it really a fighter?
No, it wouldn't be in here. This is a cool. I just got this one's easier to digest. I turn the pages into the Crooked Spider. Those freaking bastards are everywhere.
We get cut off, folks. It's not my fault.
Yeah, there's a book with freaking crooked spiders in it. Soviets. I think the Yak 9s are beautiful. I think the Yak 9 is a beautiful plane, at least on the outside. That's a Soviet fighter.
Yeah.
Late war. 43 on, something like that.
So
really cool paint schemes.
So who? Okay, maybe I'll just throw this out there. What Air Force had the most kills then? Was it the Russians or was it the Americans?
Probably.
The British,
first of all, probably the Germans because they were in the whole damn war.
Yeah.
And they had some
shooting down people.
And they had some people that just have hundreds of kills. You know, and one of the things that we're talking about on Masters of the Air was that it was really difficult to get through. You know, you're supposed to go home when you're on a bomber crew. Mm-hmm. I didn't like that it's all basically bombers that I saw. I'm like, okay, like bombers are cool, but you know, it's all combined arms. Like everything's important, right? You know, be like, hey, we got this great World War II show. IL-16 is a great looking plane. I agree. I'm not a fan of radial engine. This guy right here, called a Rata. They used him in the Spanish Civil War. And monoplane. I think it's their first monoplane. And it kind of looks like a GB. But I don't know what the fuck I was saying. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
Well, you were saying the movie was too bomber oriented.
It was too bomber oriented. Oh, then one of the things I was saying is that it was very difficult to get the when you went on 20 and Memphis Belle did this as well.
Yeah.
When you went on 25 missions, you got to go home. Like you did your part. And it's like supposedly that was very difficult to do. Like,
right.
The Germans, not that I'm sympathetic to Nazi fuckers, but they went on multiple sorties every fucking day and never got to retire. But that's what you get for being a Nazi. You know, that's what happens when you take on the whole freaking world, except Japan. They fought everybody but Japan.
This time.
But, you know, so anyhow. Japanese, what's your favorite Japanese plane? Name one other than, name a Japanese plane other than the Zero. Other than the Zero.
No. How about a Kate? Or
okay, all right.
A Mabel, right? Isn't there a Mabel or what is it? Kate and Oscar. There's an Oscar.
There's an Oscar. The Oscar is basically the Japanese Army Zero.
Yeah.
But it is very weakly armed. Very weakly armed. It had it started off with like 130 caliber machine gun and a 150 caliber machine gun, one each.
Holy cow!
And you're going against the Americans, who have the most armored planes of anybody, basically,
Oh man.
But it could do circles around a P-40.
Yeah.
But, you're like, hey, what?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Wow. Just 2 machine guns.
But it was a hell of an improvement over the previous fighter for the Army that had fixed landing gear.
Oh, yeah.
Called the Nate. Yeah. The Navy got all the funding. The Navy got all the good funding and all the toys and stuff. The Japanese Army is like, we want some stuff. Yeah, you got swords. Yeah. All right. I guess that'll do it.
Here, you can have the Navy version of the Zero.
Yeah, they got the Boeing P-26. Yeah, pea shooter. Shinden. I thought the French had the most kills. Just kidding. I was talking about the other day on my morning show. What the hell was the French Air Force doing in 1940? I mean, certainly they were doing something. They had some decent aircraft.
Did they get caught on the ground too?
I don't think they got caught on the ground.
Not as bad.
I don't think they got caught on the ground.
Not as bad.
The Hoffman, the Shinden. I bet you don't have a clue what a Shinden is.
No.
A Shinden is a pusher plane. I don't know. Did they actually come into service? It's basically a Japanese Dornier 335. You ain't got a clue.
Well, I know the bomber then.
It's not a bomber. No, that's a good guess. It's not a bomber. It's basically it's got a pull-push thing. It's weird. It's probably in here somewhere. It's wacky. We'll get to it.
Probably late
Mabel? No Mabel.
Oh, well, I know
there's a Mavis.
They all sound the same.
Yeah, Mavis is a big old float plane.
Oh. Yeah.
You know what the name for the Zero is? You know the official nickname for the Zero?
No.
Zeke.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard somebody call it a Zeke.
Look
at one goddamn Zeke's coming over here.
Well, nobody said that. Black Sheep Squadron, you would have heard it.
Zeke?
Yeah.
They called them Zeeks?
Yeah. Yeah, meatballs and all that.
Well, that, sure, but Zeeks?
I'm pretty sure I heard it.
Would they have, if Italian people had not come as immigrants to this country, would they have called those meatballs? Probably not. I'm just saying,
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember that show. Black Sheep.
What's your favorite German plane? Easy one for me.
Well, probably the 190.
Which one?
Oh. What's the later version?
The D9. D9's a wicked looking plane.
Probably.
I like the Stuka. It's just something classic about the Stuka.
It looks cool, but
it looks cool.
Doesn't
oh no, it's great when you're the only one in the air.
Yeah.
Everybody else is down there going, shit,
Yeah.
Great plane, but
put the little whistle on it, and everybody freaks out.
The rape whistle. That's the original. The Stuka siren is the original rape whistle.
There you go.
You're about to get raped.
Yep, and you knew it.
You know what plane this is, right?
Isn't that is that a Hurricane?
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
It's a good plane.
Yeah.
They had a version that actually, I think this is it right here. It has gun pods underneath the wings. They used them in the desert as tank hunters.
Oh, yeah.
40 mil, I think. You started without me. Where you been? We're waiting on you. And then you know what this is.
That's the P-38.
Because you built one.
Yeah, P-38.
Oh, look, with the tiger shark. Hey!
That's the one. No.
Yeah. Okay, fighters or World War II? There's going to be a quiz later.
Oh, man. Help me out.
Oh, this Crooked Spider stuff.
Oh, man.
So you know what this is? This is the squadron. This is the squadron that was in North Africa. I don't remember which one it is, but that's that ace. There's a ace with a really weird name for a German. His last name is Marseille. You would think it'd be French, but he was one of the top scoring aces. He was in North Africa, and with this type of. I don't really like the style of camouflage on it, and their logo is actually like a panther with like a little black dude. It's like a native little black dude or something like that. So.
It was the original Thundercats.
You don't expect the Germans to be PC, do you? The original Thundercats? Yeah. The original Thundercats.
Oh, man.
You a fan of the Thundercats?
Oh, they had some pretty good shows.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we got... Never built a Messerschmitt?
No.
So one thing that surprised me about the Messerschmitt is... until you play some flight simulators, it is not a very good dogfighter. It is like a hit them head on and then dive and then come back, Emmelman, come back, that kind of stuff. You never played any airplane games, like board games or no?
Well, just what's the World War One we do?
That's not World War One. Blue Max.
Blue Max. Yeah,
no,
that's the only one
no,
I've ever played.
Yeah. Airplane World War II airplane games are just like few and far between.
For me, if I was gonna do an air game of World War II, it'd be like the Battle of Britain, strategic. Generic where you're just moving.
You're just dying to be
fleets,
dressing up. You just want to dress up like Goering.
Fleets of planes.
If you want to know what happened to the French, look at the Amiot 143. All right, we're going to look at it. Now that I have a functioning phone.
That's what you get for drooling on it.
Yeah.
Told you.
It was water damage, not porn.
Yeah, see?
That's what did it in. Amiot
143.
143. It sounds like something you call somebody. You stupid Amiot. Oh, dear God.
They have a game like that, Mitch. Yes.
Welcome to the shit show. It's kind of cool looking, though.
Really? You be the pilot.
It's kind of cool looking.
I'd be like, count me out. That almost looks like early war when the Russian paratroopers hang on the wing and then
because
drop off.
it's the corrugated thing.
Oh,
it's
man.
the corrugated thing. Well, if you crash somewhere, all you got and you need skin for you need to reskin. Just go to the nearest barn.
You just let go,
with
right?
a tin roof. Just pull the tin roof off.
Uh-huh.
And that kind of stuff. Put it on there.
Yeah.
You're back.
I'm back. You're still doing this.
We're still doing this. We're still doing the show. We've been doing this whole show. Yeah.
We never stop. Just a pee break every now and then.
So we're gonna do a show on planes, and then you guys can go do your game or whatever.
Sounds good.
You ever built any model planes?
No.
No. This is Ian, by the way.
He was here last.
Hello.
He's with security.
Yeah.
Or you beat up a security guy and you took his clothes, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just his hat.
I was a security guy.
Were you?
Yeah. I worked security.
So
Do you? Do you have like a whistle, armed with a whistle, or
Nah, I just shout at people.
just shadow people?
Shout.
Shout people.
Yeah.
What would you shout at somebody not doing something properly?
Get out.
In the wrong place, buddy.
I'm in the bathroom. Get out.
Get out now.
Pull him up.
Get out.
I don't care. Pull them up, not. Just get the hell out.
They have a game like that, Skies Above Britain from GMT Games. Go buy it. Learn how to play it. It's like a Battle of Britain type
Is it as
game.
good as
my
X?
That looks
I haven't
fugly.
played it yet.
It
I'll find out.
Oh,
in a couple
your
months.
buddy's got that
My
game?
buddy's got that game. He just bought
Oh,
it.
you have to try it.
Really?
Yeah.
Of all the games you could have mentioned, he has the.
Yeah, he just bought it for Christmas.
All right,
Well, they just released it recently.
Ian.
They re-released it after.
I'm only going to
20
tell
years
you this
used.
once.
Yeah.
We like you for who you are, not for the stories that you tell.
What can I say? What can I say? One day I'll be interesting, but until then.
Oh, you're very interesting. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to be interesting. So, we're just talking about somebody. What do you think about this plane?
Oh,
it's a
man.
French bomber.
Does it? Oh, that's a stylish plane.
I think it's cool.
It's got some nice proportions to it.
No, I think it's cool. Look, it's
Yeah.
got this bay window
Does
where,
it,
where you can see your Messerschmitts come up and rape you.
Yeah.
Can it actually hit something with the bombs?
If it doesn't move.
Does it fly? I guess I should have started with does it fly?
if the French aren't on strike that day,
Yeah.
then yes, it
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
That was-
Oh, man. Holy cow.
It said it looks fugly. Looks like it took a nosedive off the fugly tree and hit every branch coming down, and then the tree fell on the plane.
Yeah.
That's what gives it its unique beauty. The lumps and the weird long wings and all that.
Never built planes then?
No,
Never built. Never built. Have you ever built any models?
I don't think so.
No.
Maybe I did once or twice when I was like little kid.
Sure, that counts.
Yeah.
Even Mitch built models.
Yeah.
And he doesn't build anything.
Way back when.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really was into it.
What's your favorite World War II plane?
The Mosquito. I think I told you that last
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Right.
that's a good
Yeah.
choice. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I like the big fuck you about the Mosquito. The whole backstory to the Mosquito is really good. I haven't looked into the Mosquito and why it is a wooden plane, and it's a World War I ace pilot.
Okay.
Who wanted to build essentially the Mosquito, like at the beginning of the war in the '38 period.
Right.
and everyone was like, "A wooden airplane? Get out of here! you're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing. You absolutely no contract for you. Nothing."
Right.
Then it comes around to the middle of the war, and the guy comes back with almost the same airplane. He's like, "I'll build you this wooden airplane. It's going to be faster and be able to carry more and bomb the shit out of everything." And they're like, "Wait a second. You want to build an airplane that doesn't drain any of our resources? Because we have plenty of trees, and we have plenty of carpenters who don't have, we don't need them to build battleships or okay, fine, we'll give it a try." And then he built this thing, and they're like, "Oh, this is the greatest medium-range bomber and / ground assault vehicle we have ever made."
And
it's
most
just
importantly, it's beautiful.
and it's beautiful.
It is a beautiful aircraft.
Yeah.
And
it's made of wood. I mean,
didn't we
it's
talk
freaking
about
cool.
that last time? British planes are either beautiful
Yes, we did.
or ugly as
Yes, we
shit.
did. Yeah.
There's no in between.
Kind of like
They're either the
British
Spitfire
themselves,
or the Blackburn Rock. ROC. It's ugly. You have to trust me on that one. So there's the old Messerschmitt. I don't know that Germans had this fetish for Mickey Mouse.
He's trying to so he doesn't get banned.
Oh yeah.
No, it's in the book.
I already
you
warned
know?
everybody. It's not my fault we get cut off.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the wasp symbol. They had a wasp symbol on the 109s.
See, that's cool.
The Germans were masters of
They were
propaganda.
Stylish. They were
They
stylish.
they were stylish, but they had a really, really bad habits.
So do you think they got that from World War One when they did the flying circus and they did all the crazy paint schemes on
I
those
think
planes?
that I personally think that if you want to have some elan
Yeah.
in a fighting, you give them something to
Good.
to do, not just like the U.S. Armored Division. Oh, well, we'll give you a fucking triangle with like 3 colors, and if it's the first armored, you get a 1 at the bottom, and second armored gets a 2. That's freaking stupid. Okay, Hawker Fury. That's a good looking plane.
British.
Yeah,
Got that one right.
yeah. So this is just 109 stuff. More 109s, playing cards. That kind of stuff. Here's a plane neither one of us know anything about.
Nope.
The Ki-46 Dyna. It looks like a Japanese mosquito. I bet its performance sucks.
Wow.
Bet you wasn't fully wood.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually a cool looking plane.
It's bamboo.
It is a pretty cool.
It's a cool looking plane. The Japanese have this thing about putting these like lightning bolt things on for unit markings, and it looks kind of
It
cool.
helps you go faster.
It might. It might. Do they fly better than they drive?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
They keep hitting. You got this whole big air and stuff in the sea, and you keep hitting ships. I don't get it. I don't know.
oh yeah. Now look at this thing. It looks Shamu-ish.
It does.
No, it's
It
a good
does,
looking.
yeah.
It's a cool looking
It has an
plane.
elegance in its hunchback.
I'm gonna
you know?
build.
Like,
I'm gonna build some Japanese planes because I've
Oh,
never built
boy.
Japanese planes, and
Okay.
I've never
good
built
that we can
Japanese
play
planes.
them
Well, you
in
better do that one.
Guadalcanal.
You better do that one.
I better do this one.
That one, yeah.
Here's the thing. It's a fighter.
It is
I know.
a night fighter, right?
Okay, look at the intro to this. In keeping with the predilection for hillbilly names shown by early members of the Allied Air Technical Intelligence Unit, so they admit they give hillbilly names to Japanese.
Uh-huh.
What was it, Zeke?
Yeah. Yeah.
They should have had a Mabel, like you
See?
said, a Mabel.
Needed a Mabel.
So
The
Dean-
Ki-46 was assigned a codename Dyna. Apart from being one of Japan's most attractive aircraft designs, it was also an impressive warplane. Huh? Looked good.
Dinah means what to the redneck?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dinah.
Like
In their song, Dinah. I thought there was.
Well, you can do redneck dances. You're not wearing any shoes. Perfect.
We said we wouldn't use.
You got to
shoes.
build them in 1/48 scale, Tony. Fuck you. I'm not painting 28 millimeter miniatures either. Look at it comes in camouflage.
Oh.
Is that the same plane?
It is the
Yeah.
same plane.
Oh.
They must have different versions of them. They give them different canopies.
Yeah.
So maximum speed 375 miles an hour. That's not too
Wait.
bad.
Wait.
What?
if this is a fighter, why do you need a gunner in the back?
It's a heavy fighter.
That's
Oh,
An
heavy
MU-110
fighter.
An MU-110 has a gunner in the
yeah,
back.
I guess so.
Makes
But
you-
that was a night fighter. The 110 was.
After
So,
a while,
yeah.
not in Battle of Britain.
Yeah, once they found out that, hey, it's better at nighttime to sneak up.
Well, you just don't want a dogfight in it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not terrible, but
Yeah.
there's better things to dogfight in it. What the hell is this thing even armed with? Armament.
Don't tell me 2 machine guns.
Okay, this thing sucks. It's got one. It's got. How can this be an impressive aircraft when it has one 7.7 millimeter rear-firing trainable machine gun?
What about the front?
I thought this was
you're gonna
fighters of
engage-
World War II.
If you're going to engage somebody at the front, what do you got in the front? Not the rear.
An aiming point.
Oh, my gosh.
A tiger that makes you look mean. Meow.
Scare them out of the air.
Right,
Is
yeah,
a fighter designed to be fired?
I don't know.
Is it faster than the other fighters? Is that the idea? You like fly past them?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't
All
know.
right,
I
I'm
have to
coming up.
read it
Get
again.
ready. I'm going to pass on the left. Get ready on the left. Oh,
I have a
man.
feeling that it was turned into. It didn't do very well, and then it was.
Turned into a bomber. There you go.
Okay, so here's a design that never quite lived up to expectation. Wait a second. I thought it said it was an impressive warplane.
It was impressively bad. Maybe?
Impressively.
Did not lack firepower with 200 rounds per nose-mounted cannon and 8 25-round magazines for the oblique cannon, but an unexceptional climb rate and degree of agility worked against the type in the high-altitude interceptor role.
So what kind of
So
cannon
it did
was
have a
it?
nose cannon.
8 of them.
Yeah, probably the earlier version. Just this one that they showed here did not.
What size of cannon?
Okay, so here's the variants. Let's see.
Is it like, what did the Japanese have for? They measured different too, didn't they?
20s.
20 millimeter.
Two 20-millimeter forward firing cannon in the nose.
I thought where'd you come up with 8? So it's 2 in the nose and
8 25-round magazines for the oblique cannon. So they got,
on the wings.
I don't know, oblique, probably some funky angle.
We got one everywhere. We're gonna pull into a squadron and we
I don't
just
know, like I
light
said,
them up.
it's an opportunity. It's fast and packed a punch. Late versions had a 37-millimeter gun firing upward like jazz music and 2 20-millimeter cannon. The problem with those cannons is you don't have a lot of ammunition.
Yeah. Well,
You know, you
what did
have
I say, 20?
200 rounds.
Oh,
I mean,
200, yeah.
that's
That
not a lot of ammo.
doesn't take long.
That's you got to get really close. You know. P-47. What do you think about the P-47?
Yeah, it's a good fighter.
I think that it. I don't like it as much in the Razorback version. You know, which is this type of a canopy. Later on, they have a bubble canopy,
Yeah.
so you'll be able. I
That
think they
looks
look better.
better.
They look better,
yeah.
and they look better in stainless steel.
And guess what? That's why they did it, because then they could look around and see where everybody is.
Yeah, I mean, it had a hell of an
They
engine.
probably they're having a hard time
They had a hell of an engine.
looking behind to see.
You never played any flight simulators or anything like that?
No.
Nope. I had this flight simulator. It was called European Air Wars, the last one I had. And the computer I bought came with a little boombox for the sound. And you put it at your feet. And when you took off, it blew so much air, it made so much noise that the hairs on your legs would be like freaking blown. You were like, you could like feel like the
goosebumps?
air rush. No, you could feel the air rush. Like it was like having a fan down there.
Oh my god.
It was kind of cool.
Wow. But
850 caliber machine guns.
yeah, that was
That's nice.
that'll punch somebody.
That's nice, and it's great for a ground attack aircraft because, you know, you could dogfight if you needed to.
yeah. That was
I mean, the Messerschmitts don't dogfight really well, so it could probably dogfight with a Messerschmitt.
yeah.
You know, had a hell of an engine. I forget how much horsepower, 1,000 horsepower or something like that. I'm not up on my horsepowers. Now this is just stupid looking. Okay, that's just a dumb looking paint scheme. I ain't painting one like that. You know, would you fly something like that?
I mean, I'd fly it, but
Yeah, you need a cape, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
When you got out, right?
I think I'd rather paint the whole thing that tail color. You know,
Red. Yeah, at least you have a
right,
theme
just
going on,
red
right?
the whole way. And I
Yeah.
would, the gold stripe in front, not bad with your red airplane.
But always keep your head on a swivel because
Yeah.
everybody knows where you are. You
So-
just don't know where they are.
So the Nazis like Disney, and the Americans like Warner Brothers. Because there's bugs right there.
What's up?
It's actually a good looking plane with the striped tail. Got the top of it. I guess maybe probably to keep the glare off the pilot.
Yeah.
You're looking down there and you
So-
can't see.
Yeah, you don't need that problem.
Come on, it's just to be stylish.
It could be. There's other versions of it.
What?
Yeah, even the Germans captured one.
Oh,
At least
it's
one.
one they captured. Dang, where'd they get
All
it
right,
at?
who's this?
This was early American selling the munitions
Who?
to everyone.
Who flew those? What
Oh,
country
it's
is that?
Army.
What country followed?
Oh, is that Brazil?
Yay! Very
I didn't
good.
even have my glasses
It's
on.
either Australia with those colors. No, Australia's didn't have that. The yellow and the green yet. I
So
don't think.
Brazil had a squadron?
Brazil was in the Brazilians fought in Italy.
Ah.
They might have even had an armored division.
What? A whole... Or are you sure it's not like maybe battalion or two? Or...
Ian, just remember to shout Shazam when you get in the plane.
Exactly. Yeah, you start with the tail, Shazam! The whole thing goes red.
Hawker Hurricane. They're made of wood, right? Isn't the Hawker Hurricane made of wood? I think so.
But they're ground attack.
They gave some of them to Finland. When the Russians came and knocked on their back door, some of them
Oh,
went to
early
Finland.
before the Russians were, hey, you guys are with us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We've always been one country.
Yeah. What's up, comrades?
Yeah, I like the Hurricane. Or the Hurricane. Hurricane.
Who's that?
That's, I think Australia.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they just couldn't use the...
Huh.
I like the roundel myself.
Yeah.
It looks good. And even the inverted colors of the French look good, but I don't think there was any French Hurricanes. So it looked like a Battle of Britain.
Uh-huh.
Desert Air Force.
Looks a little bit like the German scheme.
The plane that actually somebody told me that they did not like, that they thought it was unattractive.
That one?
Yeah,
Fire?
that person's dead now. They've been exterminated.
Wow.
What's not to like about this?
That looks cool.
It's freaking beautiful, Now I'm not a huge fan of the Mark V with the tropical chin. See if there's one in here. This is the Battle of Britain one.
Oh, because it caught air or whatever.
They used them in the desert. Let's see if there's one here.
They're using it as a cooling system with the...
Yeah, they don't have one of them here. Let me pull up a picture of it. It's a Mark V tropical.
So because they were in the Med, they needed more airflow? Why were they putting...
I don't know.
Why were they putting...
I don't know. I just work here. Spitfire, Mark V, Trop, 5B Trop.
Huh.
Looks kind of lame. Looks like a
You can't see.
looks
it.
like a Spanish
That little
Habsburg
blue-
king.
blue
Yeah.
throat. You just won't be able to see
Yeah.
that.
Well, they're using it in the Mediterranean.
The only real Spitfire
like-
is the
you
Mark
like
One.
the
Damn it!
sky.
I don't know. The 9. The 9's pretty sexy. The 14's sexy. A Soviet Spitfire? It's a sacrilege.
Friendlies.
That's sacrilege.
This survived Battle.
You Brits will sell shit to anybody, won't you? Oh, gave it to them because the Russians didn't pay you.
Yeah.
Yeah, their credit's no good. Look, Portuguese.
Whoa.
This Mark 1 was assigned to Escuadrilla Z and served with a Grupo de Caca. A Caca group.
In a Med?
I guess it's the poop group.
How many men
Fighter
make
wing.
up a caca group?
Yeah. How
matter, they stink.
many are in a caca?
Henschel HS-129. You should know what that is.
That is a bomber.
It's a ground attack aircraft
Is it?
that made its debut at, I think it made its debut at Kursk, and it had a 75 millimeter gun in it at one
It's a
point.
twin engine, right?
Twin engined. It's kind of cool looking. It almost kind of looks like a Condor.
Yeah.
The long range Condor looking thing. It might have only had the 30 at Kursk, but you know they had 2 ground attack aircraft that had cannons that the Germans did. Well, they had the Germans made all kinds of shit, but mainly the Stuka with the 37 millimeter gun pods, and then this has an integral gun in there as well.
Yeah.
So, are we having a party today? Here we go. Yeah. No, it did. I didn't make this up. It's a 75 millimeter anti-tank gun.
It's a huge gun.
So the main gun that was in a Panzer IV is here. Look at this.
What is that? A cannon?
It's a Pac 40. So the same gun that's in the Panzer IV H sticking out of it.
Who's loading it?
Who's firing it while who's gonna fly the plane while that thing goes off?
Okay, we gotta
Wait,
go
what?
full throttle.
Make sure
When
you
it
don't
fires,
stall.
The plane doesn't come to a stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't fire that in a stall.
You have to be in full throttle, and then you can shoot.
That's okay. They have the lucky crooked spider to keep them up in the air. That's always a good luck.
Yeah.
It's a good luck symbol from India, right?
So
You know what? It is, but not when you're a fucking Nazi and put it on your plane. Okay?
So is this where the Americans got to put the 105?
Maybe, but the 105 on that
Because we had
plane.
to do them better, right? We're
But
like, oh
the-
yeah, we're gonna go big. We're gonna put an artillery piece on
But
there.
aren't those artillery pieces that are on those Vietnam type planes
Yeah.
actually out a side door?
Oh, that's different. That's the ones that are on the bombers, like the full-on bomber planes.
I don't
That's
think
not
they're
like
head
this.
on. I think they're off of a side
Yeah, they
door,
go off
which
the side.
like yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
getting
they're
on
on the
that.
side.
I don't like planes to begin with, and
Yeah.
you know.
Well, they were doing miniguns in Vietnam, but they did 105s. Wasn't that about probably Desert Storm era? I don't think they were doing it before that.
No, they had the Vietnam.
I don't know.
they
You're the
had
plane expert.
Hey!
They had that bombing plane that they had the door on the side that would roll out.
What about the
gigantic
Typhoon?
cannon.
Typhoon's sexy plane. U.S. had
There's still a
Spitfires
modern
too.
version of that.
Yeah.
75 millimeter had
Oh, yeah.
12 rounds. 12 rounds for that. Make them
12
count.
rounds?
Then it flies
Make
in a
'em count.
circle.
So it's got a. Does it got a magazine? Put the magazine in?
No, it's clip fired. It's in a clip.
Yeah.
It's one big stripper clip.
Yeah.
It's this big, like this channel. It's about this long, and all of them fit in there.
Everybody always like pistols.
Does it
No, he's
eject
just
the
joking.
cartridges, or does it keep them for later?
It probably keeps 'em.
Yeah. It's probably. That would. Can you imagine? That's
No.
probably how dumb it is. Yeah, we can only put it in when we're landed, so we stick that in. You can't reload.
I have
it.
no idea.
You would think you would like make it so.
It's a cool looking plane.
Yeah, it's cool, but you'd think they would just like have an extra magazine that they could just take. And
Does
load
that
it
book
in.
have the HE 162 Salamander? I don't think so because it's a fighter, but it's probably the other one. Salamander's ugly. Sorry, it's a jet aircraft. Did they even make them? This book has it.
That's gonna be super
Who's it
late.
made by? Heinkel. Heinkel.
The Salamander is.
Wer ist mein Heinkel?
Salamander is a cool name, also.
It's a fish.
Henschel. Close. Heinkel. Oh, there's a heavy bomber. The Grief. HE 111. HE 59. 51. No, it's a beginner's book. Sorry, not everything's covered. I know it is. It's got the jet engine over the top. I don't think it's very attractive, but here it is.
Oh.
Never mind.
Huh.
Ever seen something like that?
Nope.
It's jet.
And that's supposed to be a fighter?
So this book's pretty cool. Fuck this. This book's pretty cool because along with the description of each aircraft, it gives you some facts and figures, and it compares them to other aircraft of their style.
Yeah, I like that.
Between speed, armament, and that kind of stuff.
That's cool that they compare stuff. That's better.
So, the last line of defense. 2 forward-firing 20mm cannons in this fuselage. That's it? That's pretty lame. That's going against bombers, no doubt.
Yeah, to bust them up and stuff.
It looks a lot like a warthog, especially when
Yeah.
you look at it in that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
What year did it come out? 44?
Probably late 44 or 45. Let's see. One of the first operational jet aircraft.
It looks cool in that picture.
Yeah.
It looks ugly like that.
No, these
you look at that
yeah,
and you're
that
like,
one
oh, that
looks
looks cool.
Yeah, it looks.
But you don't necessarily know that we're looking at the top of it.
Yeah.
It made its first flight in December 6, 1944, but was lost in a mishap. The prototype.
My gosh.
Okay, a Grupa was equipped with 50 of them. Was formed at Lech on the 4th of May, 1945. Nothing like waiting until the last minute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Hitler's dead. All right, we can take off with him now.
Oh.
Yeah,
The secret weapons are finally here. Yeah, he's dead.
he's dead now. Yeah, the secret weapon was you should have just killed him.
Oh god.
Like, what was that? Was it the Dirty Dozen? Was it the Dirty Dozen that was made by TV? They're like they wanted to kill that. They wanted to kill the general
Yeah.
who was played by the guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark, the German guy who played the head general in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He also played, and of course, just like every movie, the German general is always called Dietrich. Always is that. Oh, we got to call him Dietrich or whatever. And their mission was to go assassinate him. Mm-hmm. And he was in a shot with Hitler at the same time. And whoever was a sniper may have been the black dude. I don't remember. But he was like, oh, should I just kill Hitler? And he's like, no, the war's going to last. Maybe I'm inventing this. I don't know. But the war's going to last longer. You know, if
Little did they know. Yeah, end it.
Speaking of British bombers, what do you guys think about this? The Hayford Mark 1. This is missing something. It's like they ran out of something.
Bombs. Where are
No, where are you going to put them?
Where are you put
It-
the
it's
bombs?
Maybe
like-
just strap them on underneath.
No, it's like a anorexic. The anorexic bomber.
Wait.
It says it's a biplane.
Is that a chair?
How'd you like to be that guy?
Look at that.
What? It's an air-conditioned seat.
Yeah.
Where's your sense of
We're coming
adventure?
to the front. Make sure you got your goggles on. The wind will really mess
Dirty
you up.
Dozen Part 2. Yeah, the one was on TV. 85 or something like that. Yeah.
Man, you can count me out of that one.
You're not gonna be there. Okay, here's one.
That's when you really feel alive.
Hey.
Yeah.
What if it's a German bomber and it has a seat like that? Would you sit on it then?
Not even. No thanks.
Well, if it's a biplane, then it was not going that fast. You know?
That's the problem. It's not going fast enough to get there and get home.
Maximum speed 141 miles an hour. It's not very fast.
Yeah.
Is that whip bombs?
Is
or
this
without?
even a World War II plane? Designs of the 20s.
Yeah, it's
The last few were used as trainers in 1940.
Good idea.
There you go.
Good idea.
Well, the Russians used their pieces of shit all the way through
Yeah.
the war because they had to.
It's the only thing that ran.
Yeah.
It still
Yeah,
runs.
World War One shit's in here too.
Uh,
Looks like they mounted that tail upside down. Oh, sorry about that.
9-9! Get it turned up!
So there's a plane here that I came across. Do you know anything about this plane?
Is that swordfish?
No.
No?
Hawker,
Oh, that's a
the Hawker Fury.
Hawkers.
I've heard the name Hawker Fury.
So it's a biplane from the 30s, and they made a model of it. I think it's Matchbox makes one of them. Doesn't Matchbox make a model of the Hawker? And it comes with Yugoslavian decals.
Oh.
How do you know that? I'm a freaking nerd burglar. Used to work at a hobby store. That's why. You know. Pretty cool. It's a good looking plane.
It is.
Oh.
It was fast for a.
For 1930s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hurricane.
So who had the worst fighter in World War II?
Oh, I don't know.
What's your guys' vote?
I don't know. But the interesting thing about the Italians and the Japanese,
Yeah.
okay? If you look at Army, Navy, Air Force, where their best stuff and where their funding was. both the Japanese and the Italians, I was thinking about this the other day, both of their crappiest stuff was in the Army. Because the Italians had good ships.
Yeah.
They didn't have any. They didn't have much training because of fuel. They had fuel issues. But they were beautiful ships. You know, they had decent aircraft. Believe it or not, the Italians had decent aircraft. You know, they weren't the best aircraft, but they were better than some of the Russian planes for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's their army that sucked.
Yeah.
You know, the Italian tanks, terrible. Japanese tanks, worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
At least Italian tanks don't get sent on a fucking island and they sit there the whole freaking war waiting. Like, oh, well, you know, when they invade the island, we'll have tanks and they'll have naval air support. You know, naval and air support. Yeah, no. Here's the Tempest. One of you guys mentioned the Tempest. Tempest is the improved Typhoon, which is a fighter, but really was used more as a ground attack aircraft. Could have 420 millimeter cannons.
So nobody has a.
That's not true. The entire Soviet army ran. It just ran the opposite way till the end of 41.
Yeah.
Matchbox Revell make the Fury. Airfix do at 148. They also make the Hawker Hart Bomber 72nd. Matchbox. Did Matchbox and Revell combine?
So did anybody? Nobody has a vote on the worst fighter of World War II. So you're saying it's probably the Army. It's either going to be Italian or Japanese Army.
I'm going to vote, without really looking at it, the Nate. The Nate is a piece of shit. Who makes the Nate, folks? Is it Nakajima? You got to see this thing. It's a piece of crap. It's like a, well, it looks like a pea shooter.
Oh my God.
It looks like a P-26
so they
pea
only
shooter.
have one or two machine guns.
I think two.
Oh.
230 cal machine guns.
Gosh.
And
That's
it's
crazy.
and the biggest sin of all, it's ugly. There's no use for an ugly plane, okay? Planes are supposed to be beautiful.
I'll just go with performance. Give me something that shoots down everybody else's plane, and it comes back.
Nate Fighter. I think that's what it's called. Nakajima.
Nakajima.
Hey, Nakajima. The Betty. The Betty actually was a good bomber.
I'm gonna kick your ass in that.
You ready to? Do you want to? Do you want to do a filming of that?
We could, but we got to use that.
Yeah. We could.
You want to move it down here? Does it fit
No,
here?
we could. Well,
No, I'll move that around.
we could move it up on the boxes there and then shoot it down there, and then you two play and I'll keep it running.
Does it involve dice rolls?
No, well,
Not exactly.
no. That's
There's no dice rolling?
This is the cool
There's a
part.
box.
There's no Nate in here.
Do you call
Oh my god.
this dice rolling?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, hold on a second. You know how you know if it's dice rolling? If Mitch shakes it and there's a good chance it falls out of the container
We did
onto the
have one-
floor.
Guess what? We did have one, but it wasn't me who did it. It was Joel. that
I don't
did it.
believe it. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. All right, can we... Maybe we'll put it on
You
top
said
of
on
this.
there, I think, because that's stable. That should be stable there.
All right, so what do you want me to play?
Let him pick which side. You want
Yeah,
the
you wanna
Americans
do-
or Japanese?
Yeah, let's do the Americans.
We're doing Axis and Allies, Guadalcanal.
Okay, so little sidetrack here. Ian came for a game, and I didn't know we were doing that, but that works. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty.
You're coming.
You told me. You told him.
Yeah.
Can we get it all in there?
Yeah, it's all in there.
Yeah, that's everything.
If you
You
bend
need.
it
Axis and Allies, Guadalcanal.
Bend
I've
it
never
down a little bit
played.
more. You see the. That's the last little piece that's not in the frame. Yeah, there you go. Now it's all in there.
There.
Give me Tell you what. Give me more than a box.
One more box.
Yeah, but some of them aren't all like.
How about? Yeah.
What the hell's epic Napoleonics?
Oh, the big battles. Super
It's,
big.
it's epic, dude.
Far out.
Underneath.
All right, let's get rid of this
This
thing.
is like.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the
Put that
right
one there.
box.
So then the next question is: you going to be Americans or Japanese?
I want to be the Australians.
Then you want to be Americans.
I don't have a preference. Have you played both?
I have played the Japanese.
I'll be the Americans.
All right.
Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll be the Americans.
So.
Okay, well, if you have to be the Americans,
No,
I guess
I don't really care.
the Americans start out with a pretty.
The Americans are all here, and you're all over the place. So
Yeah.
I'll be condensed here.
So
Okay.
basically, what you're trying to do is get to 15 points. So any way to get points is to build airfields, and those accumulate every turn.
You know what? Let's cut this feed off. I'll start a new feed with the title of this.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So if you guys want to see this, we'll be back on in a few moments, and you can see a live game being played, and you can tell us how we're doing everything wrong. You're the guy who knows how to play the game, so if it's wrong, it's on you.
Played it 5 times.